Cincinnati will be front and center before the Supreme Court next week. Justices will hear arguments in what could be landmark same-sex marriage cases. Today, the city of Cincinnati organized a send-off for the local plaintiffs fighting for marriage equality in Ohio, Kentucky, Michigan, and Tennessee. Local 12's Joe Webb joins us live from City Hall with that story. Joe?
Well, Rob, on Tuesday, the United States Supreme Court will hear arguments on two issues. First, does the 14th Amendment of the Constitution require states to issue same-sex marriage licenses? And secondly, does that same amendment mean that states have to recognize same-sex marriage licenses from other states? But today here at Cincinnati, it wasn't about the law. It was about the people who are fighting to change it, and their city leaders are behind them. About 30 people gathered on City Hall steps at noon today. Another few dozen gathered to support them as they head to Washington in what could be the decisive battle over same-sex marriage. Mayor John CRANLEY called same-sex marriage bans un-American and said he's proud Cincinnatians are standing up for what he called basic fairness and decency.
There's a lot of problems that government's got to solve, but too much love is not one of them.
There was a lot of talk about love and marriage outside City Hall today and not much about the law. Jim Obergefell's case stems from him wanting his Maryland marriage recognized in Ohio so his name can appear on his husband's death certificate. Kelly McCracken wants her Massachusetts marriage recognized so she can be a parent on her daughter Ruby's birth certificate. The plaintiffs were overwhelmed by today's support.
It means so much. It really does. It gives us that extra little boost before we head out of town on Monday to say, you know what, we have our city behind us, we have our community behind us, friends and family, people that don't even know us.
And they even got a break today from their staunchest opponents, Citizens for Community Values.
I wish them well. But, you know, at the end of the day, we're all citizens, and that's part of what makes this country great is that we can disagree and we can work things out legally. And we're not like some countries that go to civil war over things.
Today's rally showed that even an abstract constitutional concept is really, at its heart, about people. It's hard to tell if what was going on today was a legal story or a love story. Now, the Supreme Court agreed to hear these cases after Cincinnati's Sixth Circuit Court of Appeals upheld same-sex marriage bans in Ohio, Kentucky, Michigan, and Tennessee. Other circuits in the past prior to that had overturned marriage bans, and when the Sixth Circuit upheld them, the Supreme Court decided that they probably should hear these. And Rob, it may settle this issue for now, at least legally. Rob?
Joe Webb, thanks very much. 37 states and the District of Columbia allow same-sex marriage. That covers about 70% of the population.